Okay, welcome to the Courage to Live podcast. My name is Josh Bitsko, and I'm a retired police captain with 24 years of experience out of Las Vegas. Currently, I travel the country and I teach people about courage, leadership, and resilience. Welcome back. This is our
Hi, I'm his wife, Jenna.
also joined by my wife, Jenna,
Hi.
and co-host.
Hello.
This is our Thanksgiving episode, right? And tomorrow is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I know we're recording this before, but where are we going to be on Thanksgiving?
Well, I'm very grateful because we will be in Hawaii, which is my favorite place on the planet.
Yes.
And it's not just because it's like Hawaii and tropical. I don't know what connection I have to Hawaii in like a past life or something, but it's, we've been to some cool places. We went to Ireland and Scotland this summer, and that was amazing. But I didn't feel the same like connection that I feel when I'm in Maui specifically. I've really never been anywhere else in Hawaii, but.
Well, I'll say for me, I travel quite a bit, and that is the only airport is after I land and get off, I just feel like calm and not just super stressed out about everything that we have to do or I have to do for work or find out where I'm going for whatever conference I'm at. But we won't be having traditional Thanksgiving food either.
No, that's okay. I don't care for turkey.
Ooh, hot take. We'll get there later when we ask each other questions on Thanksgiving. But yeah, so we're going to be having fish and
also we don't get to travel not for work very often. Like you're gone all the time. Sometimes I get to come with you, but we're still working. So it's not really a mental break. So this will be nice to mentally take a minute that has nothing to do with work.
yeah, it'd be nice to unplug.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think on that note, we can talk a little bit about gratitude.
Yeah.
And not like, what are you thankful for type gratitude? And we might get there. But I think that I can tell you for a large portion of my life, I was always looking ahead. Okay, if I get this job, if I get to K9, if I get this promotion, then I'll be where I want to be and I'll be happy or, not just constantly grinding and hustling. And a large portion of my life, and even still at times currently, I failed to have gratitude for what I have. Like, we have a nice house and we have, a loving family and we get to spend time with our kids. And I get to work in a manner in which, I am home a lot. Or when I'm not, I'm traveling and I get to see parts of the world. And I think sometimes if I don't stop and actually force myself to be grateful for what I have, it's easy to just be going through the motions in life.
I think gratitude in that way helps. I mean, it really does help your mental health, right? It helps foster positive mental attitude, positive mental outlook. I mean, we are constantly telling our kids, especially when they play sports, that your mindset is everything. And if you go in with the attitude of, well, last game I messed up, and you're worried about every single mistake that you make, instead of focusing on, I've trained for this, I've practiced for this, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to take my adrenaline, I'm going to use that as positive energy, and I'm going to go do what I've trained and know how to do. I mean, there's a big difference. And we watch our kids play really good when they're in a positive headspace or really bad when they're not. And so I think having that coming from a place of gratitude really, it can alter your day completely.
Well, yeah, because the opposite is ruminating. It's when you're stressed. And look, as adults with kids, everybody has stuff to be stressed about. Bills, finances.
Even if you don't have kids.
Yeah, even if you don't have kids. But like schedules and everything that comes along with being an adult is stressful. And if you ruminate and just continue to have those negative thoughts without experiencing gratitude for what you do have, then your outlook is going to be negative and your entire day, like you said, your day will be a bad day. So, sometimes things happen outside of your control that make for a bad day, and that's just life and realistic. But if you take time to have gratitude for the good things in your day, like we go for a walk in the morning. I enjoy being out in the sunlight and walking and, not in that moment thinking about work or, the thousand things that we have to do that day. And so I am try to be grateful and experience that. So you can experience what's going on and being present. And I think gratitude and presence are related
Mhm.
because you can have gratitude for the things that are happening in front of you.
Well, on the flip side of that, I think if you're in a bad mental headspace or even just a bad, like let's say you're in a bad relationship or marriage or whatever, it's a lot easier to disconnect than be present, right? It's a lot easier to focus on the negative and what's going wrong and disconnect than to try to find gratitude when you don't want to
Mhm.
and be present when you don't want to. I think that's a struggle too. There's a lot of times, there's not right now, but like in my life where it's just a hard season of life, and it can be really difficult to find gratitude in those seasons. Possible. It's just it has to be a very conscious choice.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I think that, and this is, I don't think people associate these two things, but you can schedule gratitude. Like it's like meditating, is you can take a couple minutes of your day and really tell yourself what is going on today that I'm grateful for, even if it's in that bad period of life, right?
Mhm.
Like, well, I have a roof over my head, right? We have food on the table, or whatever. I have opportunity in this way,
Mhm.
like whatever these things are, and it's going to be different for everybody, but scheduling time, just like if you're meditating, but to really just kind of focus, and it's like positive self-talk, right? I'm going to talk about the things that are positive. Now, is that going to change your whole day? Is that going to change your whole outlook, especially if you're in this really hard period? No, but is it going to make it better? I think so. I think it gives you something positive to focus on and positive to think about.
Well, even if you're not thinking of it in that context, it gives you space to allow something positive in instead of only allowing the negative in. And I think so. I have a nutrition coach. Her handle on Instagram is Balanced with Kelsey. She's fantastic. And also, a lot of what her and I have gone over and a lot of what she's taught me is about mindset, obviously, as it relates to nutrition, but also in other areas of my life. So, one thing I did, I haven't, don't kill me, Kelsey, but I haven't done my gratitude journal in a while, but I, for a long time, was in the journal app on my phone, really quick, three things every morning that I was grateful for. And I was able to, you know, when things were going downhill, I was able to remember and remind myself of those things because they were very front of mind because I had actually put them down, not on paper, but
Yeah.
put them down, put them out there into the world.
Well, yeah, you created a physical thing.
Yeah.
It's You're scheduling it,
Mhm.
right? And you're making sure that your primary focus on that day isn't just going to be the stress or the negative things or all the to-do list that has to get done. It's just going to be, I also am going to think about and have more front of mind these things that I'm grateful for.
Yes. It makes it easier to recall just those things when I needed to in the moment. But also it's cool to go back and look at how things change and how your gratitude changes. Sometimes it will be more global, and other times it's literally just what you said: a roof, food, like because that's all you have the space for.
Yeah. And I mean, your health, or the ability to still do certain things that you love, like I still like to work out, and to be able to schedule time for that, I'm grateful to have some stuff like that in my life.
And I think too, it's when you don't have those things, it's you see and you have gratitude for those times that you did have it. So, right, if you're sick, or even something as small as like a cold, every single time I get a cold, I'm like, man, what is it? I remember what it felt like to taste food.
To be able to breathe out of my nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like so sad that I can't do it, and that's something so small. But I think even calling attention to the small things is helpful to keep that gratitude front of mind.
Yeah, I really try to focus on, I'll tell you, because I travel so much and my trips are quick because I don't like being away from home. And like I'm going to back to Illinois here in a bit, and it's going to be cold. And it's easy for me to just be like, I don't want to travel. I don't want to ride on a plane. My knees jammed into the seat in front of me. All of these things. And then I focus on that, and then I have a bad experience. Or, hey, I get to go to, another city, talk to other people, maybe some shared experiences while I'm teaching, impact people's lives and be grateful for. And I'll tell you, there's times that has changed my whole travel experience because I really didn't travel a lot before we started doing this, other than, we would take trips occasionally. So now to be able to have that, it is, if I can control that mindset and I can control how positive or negative the experience is going to be.
Mhm.
And it keeps me from like complaining to you like, oh my gosh, my flight's delayed, or hey, I get to sit in the airport for a little bit and get some work done that I needed to get done without distractions.
Well, and I've also thought a lot about, or I've had a lot of gratitude, especially lately, for things that didn't happen, if that makes sense. So we've had, probably mentioned it on the podcast before because it's a common theme. I have cried. There's a funny meme out there. It's actually a reel, and it's a girl crying, and she's like me crying to God about the business that I asked him for, the small business that I asked him for, or something like that. And it's, you know, there's been so many times and so many struggles. And I know that we talk about our business a lot, but I mean, it's our life, and you don't have to listen to this podcast. So,
Yes, you do.
there's just been so many times where like I I'm crying, I'm melting down because I can't see the future, right? All I can see is right now, and I can see that like we don't have any bookings coming up, or we don't, why is this not working out the way that this is supposed to work out? Why are there no bookings? Why is nobody answering my emails? Why, and I go down this like really crazy path of doom and gloom. And then as time goes on and things unfold, something ends up working out, and I can look back and see, oh, well, that's why we weren't getting any bookings in January and February, because we have these other big things that are coming up. Mm-hmm. But so it's been a good lesson for me, but I've also had a lot of gratitude lately for the things that don't work out, that haven't worked out, because it's set us on a completely different path than I thought we were on. Our path is drastically changing, and that's okay. But and I'm thankful for it. I'd love to get to the point where when things aren't working out, I'm still grateful in that moment, knowing that something else is coming. But sometimes that's really hard.
Oh, absolutely. And like everything else, it's a practice. It is something that if you put your energy into it, you will be better at it. And I think I know I can get better at it. Um, but I mean, I think you're right. It's, how can you, in the moment, how are you going to be grateful that we don't have work in a couple months?
I know.
But then a week later, something big happens. And if we did get that work, we would have to cancel, or wouldn't have the space for the big opportunity. So, I think there's also comes in trust and faith in ourselves and faith in a higher power, whatever it is. If you're willing to put in the work, things will work out.
Yeah.
And, in the small moments, that doesn't feel like the truth. It's like, well, we don't have any bookings right now, so it's stressful. But when you take a step back and look at the big picture, we can be grateful for that and those opportunities because those things didn't happen. So I really think that we can all do better at it, and I think that there is space in everybody's life for gratitude.
Yeah.
And I think it can be front of mind, especially with Thanksgiving coming up. To what are you grateful for? Not the canned. We're going to go around the table and everybody's going to say something they're grateful for. Because I hate those moments. I'm so bad at coming up with something, and then it feels like I'm ungrateful, but I'm not. It's just you're putting me on the spot right there, and it's like, oh, what do I say?
And I think, too, that is probably one of the most important things in a relationship is gratitude, at least from my perspective, because I know that when you show gratitude to me, even if it's for something small, it shows me that you still are paying attention and you still, are thankful or care. Even if you're just saying it out of habit, it still makes me feel like you're paying attention and makes me feel valued.
Well, yeah, and for me, on the same token is it makes me want to continue to do like things. I know that sounds dumb, but like, oh, I clean the shower, but you thank me for it. Oh, okay. Well, then it's easier for me to get that stuff done and do that if I know that you're also grateful for
Yeah,
the help.
you're the best shower cleaner I've ever seen.
Yeah, so good.
You are.
So good. I think it's just because I can get very obsessive about whatever task that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so, like, if there's one spot, it's going to
You're way better at it than me.
Okay.
You are.
That's why is that why the shower is my job?
It's not your job.
Well, it's not my job, but you know what I mean. So we have questions for each other and we don't know the answers to them.
Yeah, we don't know what questions we're going to ask each other.
Yes.
Their Thanksgiving theme.
Yeah, because
brought to you by ChatGPT.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we tried to come up with
Because
questions.
I was like, I don't know what Thanksgiving questions to ask you, but Chat was on it.
Okay. Well,
you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. And this is, if anybody knows Josh, this is the literal perfect. This is the first question Chat gave me, and it's a perfect question for him. Would you rather fight a turkey-sized bear or 10 bear-sized turkeys?
Turkey-sized bear, 10
Because
bear.
Josh thinks he can fight a bear.
A black bear. Not a grizzly bear, I get worked over. A black bear, a lot of them are, if you've seen them in the wild, they're like the size of a golden retriever. Just box its ears out and work.
Okay.
Well, I would go with a turkey-sized bear, but based on what I just answered, because also giant birds are like murder machines. Like they're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And so a bear-sized turkey would be terrifying.
10 bear-sized turkeys.
10 bear-sized turkeys or one turkey-sized bear? Oh, the turkey-sized bear all day. Yeah. That'd be
turkey-sized bear. Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Turkey-sized bear or 10 bear-sized turkeys. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's never mind. That was not as good of a question as I thought it was.
Well, the flip side, 10 turkey-sized bear or one bear-sized turkey? Still going to go with the 10 turkey-sized bears. Because that would be a lot more. That would be a lot more like.
I don't know why my brain is having trouble processing this.
Because
I'm visual.
Because it is a very unrealistic question.
Yeah.
And I think that like it's kind of hard to get through it.
All right. What's your question for me?
Okay.
I am not going to be good at this. I'm not good at thinking on my feet, but
well, I think you'll be okay. Okay. If there was one Thanksgiving food in your family that everybody loves, but you would cancel, you would get rid of, what would it be? Like think of the Thanksgivings that you've had that everyone's like, oh, did you make this? And you're like, no, it's terrible.
Well, that I've made or that like
your family's made that you can just say
putting my mom on blast here.
maybe that's why it's a hard question. But any Thanksgiving food that everybody loves that you're like, that's disgusting. I hate. Okay.
So turkey would be one. I don't think I've ever had turkey where it's like, this is really delicious. I've even tried brining it and cooking it on the Traeger, and it's still really is just not great. Mm-hmm. And also pie. Not a big pie person. Only if it has an Oreo crust or a graham cracker crust.
Okay.
But like regular pie crust is a no for me.
Well, that could be a whole conversation of whether if it has an Oreo crust and depending on the filling, is it still a pie?
Yes.
Well, but so you would have a Thanksgiving with no turkey and no pie.
Yes.
Is it still Thanksgiving?
Yeah, why not?
Because it's the day, not the foods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that why I made a brisket last year for Thanksgiving?
Yes. That's
Also,
delicious.
It was okay. I have a lot to learn. I only do it once a year, and it takes like 12 hours.
All right. I'm looking for your next question here. Okay. If we made a Thanksgiving couples competition, what event would you dominate and what event would I embarrass myself in?
Would you embarrass yourself in?
Yeah. What would you dominate and what event would I embarrass myself in?
Well, I would say, so is it food related?
It's just a Thanksgiving couples competition. So it could be anything.
Okay.
Thanksgiving related.
So I would dominate on Thanksgiving on any kind of eating competition. Like if it was especially like mac and cheese or stuffing, and don't come at me with like, oh, I made this cornbread stuffing with sausage and jalapeno. No, I want stovetop.
Yeah.
I want several boxes of it and I'm just going to down it.
Mm-hmm.
I will do the turkey. I'm not a huge fan of turkey, but I have had turkey that I liked. But yeah, if it's like straight up eating, then I think I would dominate.
You would with cooking too.
Yeah, I've learned to cook since we've been together. I've been doing it a lot. Thanksgiving, I tend to be a little stressful, and then I sweat a lot when I cook, and it's kind of gross.
Oh,
sorry, too much information. But okay. And what would you embarrass yourself in? It's a dangerous question. I'm trying to think. Like, what would you embarrass yourself in? Are we doing drinking competitions or?
sure.
Well, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I think you could drink me under the table for sure.
I couldn't outlast you though. Well, I mean, I can go on.
Well, you would get to the point. I think you could definitely drink more than me, but then you would just run away and go to bed.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would still be there like woozy.
Or a shots competition. I would not do well in that.
No. You can drink mixed drinks, beer
Yeah.
and wine, but shots, they get you.
Yeah. I can't even, I have to plug my nose. That's embarrassing. I would be embarrassed out of having to plug my nose.
Except like a green tea shot.
Oh, those are delicious.
Those are delicious. You do like those. Okay, so next. Okay, describe your personality using Thanksgiving foods.
My personality?
Yeah.
Sweet potato pie.
So you went with the pie.
Thank you.
Okay, any therapist watching this, she says she doesn't like pie, but she's going to describe her personality.
Okay, yams with marshmallows. Like,
okay,
there you go.
Okay, is that what sweet? I don't know. I don't know what sweet potato pie
I actually
is.
don't know what it is either.
Okay, it's just sweet. Is
Yeah,
what you're going for. Okay, I would go for you with cranberry sauce. It's sweet, but it's a little tart too.
That's fair. That's probably a better description. It's more accurate.
I need a question, so
yeah, that's not fair. You already had my answer. Let's see. Oh, there was one. Okay. So I don't know if this will be a good one for you, but because growing up Mormon, we had all the holiday, the congregation would get together for like literally every holiday and it was always a potluck. But have you ever been to a Thanksgiving gathering where a really weird food was brought? And what was it?
Yes. I have an answer because although I wasn't brought up Mormon, there was a lot of LDS people in my family, and they bring this thing, and I don't know the name of it, but it's like Jello with fruit and cream in it. I can't even like whipped cream mixed in.
Yeah.
And then there's like chunks of like pineapple in it.
It's ambrosia, I think, right?
Yeah. I think that might be it.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you.
Okay, well, on that same vein, there was a woman. It is a core memory. So you know how people would make Jello molds, and this was actually to a Christmas, but whatever, same line here. She brought a Jello mold, and my mom can attest to this because she remembers it too. And it had cat food in it. Yes, she yeah, but and then she was like very sad that nobody was eating her Jello mold, but it very clearly had cat food in it, like on purpose.
Mhm.
And it still makes me sick to even think about it.
Like the wet cat food or the hard cat food?
No, like hard cat food.
Okay.
But it was cat food for sure.
Yeah. Like, was Mittens there? Like, what did you bring?
I don't know. And it makes me want to vomit just talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. If you could replace a turkey, because obviously you don't like turkey, with any, and I'm talking like a fast food item that you would still be happy with, like what is, you have the spread, you have stuffing and mac and cheese and like green bean casserole, which
That's
is gross. All the sides, but then instead of turkey, you had this, and it has to be fast food. What is it going to be?
A spicy chicken sandwich with no mayo.
From where?
Chick-fil-A is pretty good.
Okay.
Or pizza.
Okay. So I would have thought you would said bean and cheese burrito. I'm talking about like a pile of them, but
yeah,
but you stuck with the fowl. You stuck with the chicken sandwich. That was your first gut.
Yeah.
So you were keeping
spicy
it on
chicken sandwich.
Yeah, keeping it on brand.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. Today, I'll tell you in the book, The Courage to Live, there's not a lot of Thanksgiving talk in there. Chapter. Yeah. But if you're still interested, it's available on Amazon. I appreciate you guys listening today. If you enjoy the podcast, please share it with a friend, leave a review, subscribe, and thanks for spending the time with us.